Okay, today I'm going to take apart an RT1 and show you the different places that need to be greased. This one was seized up with old grease that had turned to the consistency of bubble gum or chewing gum that's been left on a cold bench somewhere. Most of it I actually scraped off with my fingertips or my fingernails. If I couldn't get it off with that, I used a pick and denatured alcohol. I'm re-greasing it with petroleum jelly, and it's actually pretty simple to take apart where you can get to these different things, although they're kind of hard to actually clean once you get them open. The knob just pops off, so that's off. There are 3 screws on the bottom that hold the shell to the base. There's 1, 2, and 3. And I've already removed those, of course, and basically it just takes a pop and it pops right out. This particular one was seized up in this area down here. There was a lot of old grease on it, and I've cleaned all that off, and you can see the petroleum jelly that I've actually put on it since then. And it was actually the transfer needle would not go up and down because it wasn't actually sliding all the way back into the groove, and it has to be in that groove for the needle to slide up and down, and it would just stay right here because of the grease gluing it in place underneath the plate that holds it. Now, sorry, I know I'm jerking quite a bit whenever I'm trying to turn this. Now you can see that the all the parts are actually moving in the ways that they are supposed to. So typically I just had to move it back and forth and clean in these little slots and all around this area with cotton balls soaked in denatured alcohol, or Q-tips soaked in denatured alcohol on both sides, and re-greased all of that. You can still see some of the discolored stuff where it has rehydrated from the denatured alcohol and the new petroleum jelly that I've put in there. This area here, you know, has been completely cleaned off and re-greased with petroleum jelly as well. And basically it makes it slide really easily. Before, I mean, it was a massive effort. And now it slides like glass. It's really nice and easy. There are multiple springs. There are the barrel springs on both sides of this. And then there is a helper wire. I'm not sure that it's actually a spring. It starts here. Let's see if I can get it where you can see it. This little spring right here. And it goes down through and emerges on the bottom side. So I can turn it where you can see it. It emerges up through here, comes across and goes back down, and comes back up on the other side exactly like on the first. Then there is another spring on the bottom, which is right here, and it works for that, keeps it down. So, you know, that's the 2 different places. The other places that I ended up having to grease was right in here, cleaning as much stuff off there, and up and around here. Now this stuff up here only interacts when you're moving this back and forth. And yes, there was a lot of hard grease up there, but I could actually get it to move, but I went ahead and got as much of it off and re-greased it as I could as well. So it's actually moving nice and easily as well, back and forth, which moves this stuff back and forth in the middle. So I then re-greased this and re-greased the groove, and that's pretty much it. Now it seems to be working like it should. The next test is to actually put it on the machine and see if it will actually go the way it's supposed to. And to put it back together is just reverse. This guy goes back on, turn over, the 3 screws get put in place, and then the knob gets put back on. So not a very hard job to do, but it is very basic and needs to be done with these old guys, because once this old grease starts hardening, it literally glues the different pieces in place, and it's quite nasty to deal with. As far as, you know, a piece of equipment, getting it off, it's not really nasty because it's dried in place. It takes a lot of scraping, and the denatured alcohol does actually help get some of it out. And as you can see, there's some of it there, and it's just a little ball of, it's like gum. I mean, it's not soft at all, you know. So it's not like it's just going to smear everywhere, because it really doesn't. You have to put some effort into getting it off. But that's the reason that it sticks these things up and gums them in place. All right. I hope I've helped out with anybody that needs to clean out and regrease a RT1.